because neither of you guys studied filmmaking. Like, how did you guys get into, like, what influenced you to, like, tell stories visually? I guess you probably have different origin stories, but I know you both come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
What led you to filmmaking?
Man, I was studying urban policy in New York, and at the time I went to a university called the New School for Social Research. And while I was there, it was cool. I was on like a fellowship, so it was cool. But the whole time, I wanted to start my own network. Like, I want to start my own channel, and this was prior to YouTube or any of that stuff. Again, it was at a time where, I mean, you were actually using literal film. You were cutting film, or you had an Avid that was extra large, and you couldn't afford one for your home. So for years, I just shuffled tapes around HBO studios, and one day I figured if I was going to go further in this business, I needed to move to Los Angeles. And don't ask me why, because New York is a hub of this production. But moving to Los Angeles empowered me then to pick up a skill. And editing was the skill that I picked up. Mm-hmm. And I just started editing on my own. And a guy saw a skateboard video that I had put together, and he asked me, did I want to edit his film? And his film was called Icons Among Us, Jazz in the Present Tense. It was a 4-hour miniseries on jazz. And boom. Now, at that point, I had become the lead editor on this film, and that's where I become a documentary filmmaker, for lack of a better job description at that time. And just working on Icons gave me the legs and the foresight to know I wanted to make a movie on Detroit, dance music eventually. And I told Jennifer when we first started, this was early on, I was like, it's gonna take us 7 years. Because it took us 7 years to do Icons. Mm-hmm. And like at the end of Icons, they got like $500,000 from the Rums of Puerto Rico and some other sponsor. I think at the time it was the Documentary Channel. And I think the Documentary Channel gave them $50,000, and Rums of Puerto Rico gave them $450,000. So this allowed them to finance the film, but they got it in the last hours, So, we were basically cutting that film, sending it straight to television, like right up until it aired. Like, so we'd finish episode 1 and literally send it in, and then it would air. So it's just this kind of hardcore editing and filmmaking then just let me know I can handle the stress of sitting in a room with at the time they had 2 directors, 3 producers, and with all these sitting over your shoulder, kind of like saying, oh, I want this, I want that. And then that's kind of where I developed the editor pushback. Can't do all that. I can do this. This is what I see. And so, that's how I really just cemented my work ethic in that moment too, because I was the only editor, the lead editor, I'd be up for hours and, all hours of the night, and just working in that type of workflow to hit these particular deadlines. And finally, I did a show called Masters of the Mix on BET. It was a hour DJ battle show, reality DJ battle show. And everybody was impressed with how I could keep things on beat. Like, just seamlessly going from scenes and different things. And that was just something that I had picked up as a child or as a teenager.
Yeah, or